anger. I'm not angry. Anger is an amazing energy that's mostly seen as negative. People struggle to engage with angry people because they always see it as a negative or scary. I looked into anger and this is what I learned and how I understand it. Whenever I ask people what scares them most about people, their response is nearly always anger. My experience plus my research on Google found this to be a very accurate reflection of what people think. There are a few people that recognize the benefits of such a powerful emotion, but not many amongst the crowd. Do you know there are 660 million results when you search for anger on Google? That equates to nearly 10% of the world's population. I also did a research on anger tests, and there are 139 million results. That's 2% of the world's population. Staggering, isn't it? I went through a lot of tests to find 2 free tests for you that didn't ask for anything, or maybe one asked for my name, and so I became Nat King Cole for a brief moment in time. They are quick and easy tests that explain your results, but you must be honest. It's a waste of your time. What was scary, and to be honest, the kind of thing that can make me angry, is the way the majority try to draw you in with inaccurate information from my observations, that is. They want your details after the test and before you get the results, which is dangerous these days, especially when they don't tell you this before the test. And after all, that's all they really want. Your email address. It's entrapment. Some of the results were highly suspicious. For example, I found 2 tests in different parts of the world that had exactly the same questions and format. Worse, my results were different despite answering the questions with the same answers. There were many that you could guarantee would say, "You have an anger problem." No, I don't! Even one test told me I'd passed with flying colours, said I still needed their anger management course. There's no doubt many like this are really in the con market. What's interesting here, of course, is we all have an anger emotion because we are human. It's how you use it that counts. Let me share my anger test results. I'm pretty pleased. I've added the links to the tests in the description below. Your overall anger score appears to fall in the normal range. This means that you get angry in some situations but aren't the type to blow up all the time. You seem to have struck a balance between accepting an occasional flash of temper and not letting yourself get overly worked up. You realize that sometimes it's just not worth the headache. This is generally a very healthy approach, as suppressing your anger or getting swept up in it are equally harmful to your health and your relationships. I think it's a pretty good assessment. That's a pretty good assessment. Absolutely, you passed. Oh, they got me here. Yes, I like that. Whether you've struggled with anger, jealousy, and all of their counterparts in the past or not, you've managed to work yourself into or maintain a very healthy state of being. Sure, you still get upset or find the occasional annoyance, but are not prone to outbursts or blowing situations out of proportion. Psychologically, you tend to work problems out directly with whoever they may be the source of said issues and actively make effort not to bottle things up. Many strong correlations between stress, anger levels, and overarching health have been made, and your state of mind is a wonderful way to ensure a longer, healthier life. Well, I like that, and hopefully you'll get the same sort of results. Let me be honest here. I know how to use my anger on occasion. I could use it more wisely, but it will never turn into physical aggression. So let's get right into it before you get angry, because I'm taking too long. What's anger? For a start, it's an anagram of range, which is a variation between an upper and lower limits on a scale. Interesting if you think about it, because anger has a wide range too. The dictionary says anger is a feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Every description you can find is negative. I found this statement on mentalhelp.net. Anger is a basic human emotion that's experienced by all people. Typically triggered by an emotional hurt, anger is usually experienced as an unpleasant feeling, notice usually, that occurs when we think we have been injured, mistreated, opposed in our long-held views, or when we are faced with obstacles that keep us from attaining personal goals. Recognize some of those? What about the positive side of anger? There are stories of women lifting cars and many other amazing feats assisted by access to their angry energy. Yes, we know it's possible that wonderful anger energy can be used to achieve incredible positive outcomes. Anger's like money. There's nothing wrong with either. It's like many other things, including guns. The problem is how they are used. If you tour Google, you'll find a lot of variations about anger. Some people say it's a primary emotion or feeling, while others say it's a secondary emotion or feeling driven by some deeper, more basic emotion. Try not to get angry at the confusion as you try to understand, because it really doesn't matter. Anger is an energy that can be destructive or a useful tool. You are the one who can learn to use it wisely, regardless of whether it's a primary or secondary emotion. In my video series called Communication Anew, and in particular the videos on your personal program, you'll find so much information to help understand yourself and your communication a lot more. We do know that containing or withholding anger is not good for your health. There are many examples of people who have died because of the stress caused by holding on to their anger. Let me shout out loud here. If you know you have stored anger or people tell you you are always angry, do something. You must find a service or person to help you break free. All you have to do is choose and act. The alternative is doom. I repeat, if you feel a lot of anger, then please do something about it. Talk to somebody. There are lots of people and services available that will lend an ear. So important. When you learn how your anger is controlling you and turn it around so you control it, you open up a whole new world. I was once told angry words always mean the same thing. What about me? Think about it. If you can accept this, then you can ask yourself, what is it about me that's causing me to be angry at this moment? You can also turn this around when someone else is angry and realize they are actually saying, what about me? Now you can have a new kind of conversation rather than collapsing into defensive mode or trying to compete with them, which can only make things worse. It's amazing the difference it makes when you understand this, because you now have a completely different set of choices when you or someone is angry. When anger exists, never try to solve an issue. Be like the person who runs away and fights another day. Anger is not effective in any discussion unless you are using it to show your clear intention. Let me explain this using a few examples. I can't discuss it now because I'm angry. Can we get together this afternoon? That's a good way to move forward. That's not acceptable to me. Have I done something to upset you? You may hide behind your format response, but it doesn't resolve my issue, and I'm your customer. Stop! No! Wait! Sometimes I have to use that anger power to stop my dog going to say hello to a big, dangerous-looking dog, or if he's near a steep cliff. It works. Otherwise, he wouldn't hear through his excitement. This is a good one. Help! You know, the volume you find when you are drowning. You wouldn't go, help, 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 would you? No, you'd find the volume that anger can give you. Help! It's amazing how difficult that is for people on my workshops, and yet in a real life situation, they would find their voice for sure. This is a voice you can also use in all your communications by choice, wisely. Please, don't follow me around. I'll not steal anything, and I don't need a shadow while browsing. I like that one. With salespeople, you have to be clear and powerful before they get into their routine. I hate that. Otherwise, they'll get into it. And they come in different colours, they get different sizes. Doesn't it annoy me, especially when I'm not looking for help? That was just a few of the ways you can use your anger appropriately. Well, that's some information about anger. There's so much to anger, and used wisely, it can give you the energy to change your life. The last important point, whenever talking to any angry person, always keep to I, don't say you. Trust me, it's much more powerful coming from I. I'm not angry! One thing that does annoy me these days is the difficulty of saying anything that doesn't upset somebody. At the rate we are going, people will stay safe and never speak. I can remember as a child we used to chant, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me." I remember it so well, singing that song as a child. At some time it became "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never harm me." Yeah, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never harm me. This is so true, and it's a shame we can't abide by it now. If someone says something which you react to, then maybe there is something in it. You have two choices. Respond with a positive response, even if it's anger, or say thank you and learn something about yourself and why you reacted. The anger doesn't work in this moment. Time to give that quote some credibility. I like it. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never harm me. They say humour is a good cure for anger, so I'll finish with a couple of jokes. I got a letter from a friend the other day who went to Switzerland for a cancer cure. It's costing him more than $100,000. He's furious with them just because they gave him Cheerios for breakfast. That'll probably offend somebody. There has to be someone. A man and a woman who had never met before and who were both married to other people found themselves assigned to the same sleeping compartment on a transcontinental train. Though initially embarrassed and uneasy over sharing a room, they were both very tired and fell asleep quickly. He in the upper berth and she in the lower berth. At 1 a.m, the man leaned down and gently woke the woman, saying, "Madam, I'm sorry to bother you, but would you be willing to reach into the closet and get me a second blanket? I'm awfully cold." "I have a better idea," she replied. "Just for tonight, let's pretend that we're married." "Wow, that's a great idea," he thought. "Well, yes, I'm into that." "Good," she replied. "Get your own damn blanket." Now I've probably offended someone with that one too. Anyway, that's anger. Maybe I'll do another video sometime on anger because there's lots of wonderful stories to help people with their anger. Do watch some of the other communication and you videos. The next one in the series is number 5 on your personal program. Thank you if you got to this far, and I look forward to seeing you again on another video. And it's goodbye from now, and goodbye from then, and goodbye from wherever. It's goodbye anyway.